It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight we'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder playing against the New Orleans Pelicans. Well, for the Pelicans, this is their first time playing this squad so far this season. Last year, they had a winning record against them, going 2-1. And we get to see Paul George tonight. Tremendous all-around player, but Shaq, if you were in George's shoes, what's the one area you might try to improve on?
I think he can get to the line more often because he's a great free throw shooter, and you want to make the most of that, Ernie.
You know what? He's a great playmaker, and he was exceptional before he got to Oklahoma City and before he got injured. So now he's going to just continue that. He's learning to reinvent himself in a different way.
It's time to tip this game off.
Let's tip it off.
Let's go to Kevin Harlan, and let's tip it off.
It's time for some hoops at the Chesapeake Energy Arena, home of the Thunder here in downtown Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And we're going to bring it to you live on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. We're happy to have you with us for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and we'll have David Aldridge filling us in from the sideline. Thunder making a quick stop here in front of their home crowd of Oklahoma City, just one game before heading back out on the road. Guys, when you compare their performance last season to where they sit right now, not a whole lot different story. Not necessarily a big surprise either.
And I think for Oklahoma City, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
You know, I thought maybe they'd have it in them to actually join those leaders this season. But you're right, it's still nice work considering where they are.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Well, guys, we know Russell Westbrook is a fearsome competitor, but he says you never know how long you'll be able to run like this or jump like this, so I go for it every time. I may look angry, but it's the only way I know. Yes, you look angry. Kevin?
Yeah, he's special, D.A., absolutely. Thanks. And for teams not enjoying a quick start to the season, Clark, how long until they start to push the panic button and making some big moves?
You know, Kevin, I don't think you ever can push the panic button. I think you have to have a sense of what direction you're going, be realistic about who you are and what you have. And that's where good leadership comes in, not just with the team itself, from the coaches to the players, but in your front office, too. I mean, you've got to have some flexibility to adjust to the length of the season and challenges of it, and yet still stay on course with your overall plan.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. So for New Orleans right now, Holiday and Moore, the guards. Davis is out there with Mirotic, and it's Okafor in at the center position. Westbrook kicks to Robertson. On the wing, George. Outside Westbrook. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Mirotic with it. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul.
Well, that was a quick foul for him there. The refs are certainly calling it close.
Outside, Davis. Outside, Holiday. Off target with his three. And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And they couldn't get stops when they needed to. The opposition just too comfortable shooting the basketball.
Well, you know what, Greg? When the defense is that lax, come on now, they honestly deserve to lose. You can't let a team get into that kind of a groove.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
Holiday against Westbrook. Left side, Davis. Moore outside. Shot clock at 6. Holiday, the pass to Okafor. Over Noel. Here's Holiday. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Holiday's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Moore, left side. Puts up a 3. Good on the triple. Moore's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
The Thunder have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Grant outside. It's stolen by Davis. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the call, Oklahoma City with the foul.
And with everything that Anthony Davis does on offense, it's just mind-boggling. His scoring inside and out, the percentages, he does it all. He is undoubtedly one of the best big men in the league, and many would argue he is the best in the NBA.
And the first one drops. And with Anthony Davis, the stat lines, Greg, he can post on any given night are just absurd.
Really, Davis still strong defensively, but he really impacts every facet of the game. One of the rare players who can carry a team on both ends of the floor. There just aren't many great players that can lead a team to a championship, but I think Davis is of that mold.
Well, I tell you what, like how cool and collected he was getting the job done at the line in this one.
Here's Robertson. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. George, no good. Pelicans leading by 5. Davis dishes to Holiday. The pass to Okafor. Holiday against Westbrook. The shot by Holiday, no good. Oklahoma City's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Robertson finds Westbrook. Here's Grant. Rebounded by Moore.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Count that bucket.
And, you know, got to admire the patience inside from Davis. Outstanding at staying under control, taking his time, and burying the quality shot.
Here's Grant following the basket by Anthony Davis. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. That is his first foul of the game. And George kicks to Grant. And they get it.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. Not one second chance bucket for the opposition. They're boxing out on every shot.
And the Thunder with the possession here. Following the miss by Anthony Davis. Robertson can't hit. A 3 ball. That doesn't go either for Davis. Thunder trailing by 7. Here's Robertson. The jumper from the free throw line is good. Robertson's got his first 2 points.
And how's that for a move? The killer crossover. It's a thing of beauty.
And Moore kicks to Holiday. Sinks the triple.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And going against New Orleans, their first meeting of the year.
Yeah, and they're hoping for a better showing against this club this season. Last year, they came out on the losing end.
And, you know, with 2 teams in the upper pyramid in the early going, important to establish that pecking order, especially within your conference. So this game is important.
Here's Holiday. Paul George making his last shot. Davis. And it's Davis finishing it off.
How about the leaping ability of Davis? Easily gets off the ground to throw it down. And he's a quick jumper and decision maker.
Now here's Westbrook. 14 points from him the last game against Washington.
And his scoring's going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game.
To the paint. Moore with the bucket. Moore's got 5 now.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
And I tell you what, Greg, they've worked hard for this lead. Their play calling has been superb, and the execution even better.
And first time out of the game called for Oklahoma City.
And last season, a bit of a breakout one for Mirotic. Saw a huge jump in his production and shot a career best from the floor. Across the board, he was a completely changed player despite what was a turbulent season.
Now, here's George. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Washington. Clock at 6. The Thunder with another miss.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Here's Moore. 14 points from him the last game against the Spurs in San Antonio.
Yeah, excellent work on the boards that night. Always in attack mode, and that allowed him to get plenty of rebound.
Now, here is Mirotic, following the miss by Anthony Davis. Another shot, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him. And with Mirotic, Greg, as you alluded, his year last year had a lot of ups and downs.
You know, he missed a good stretch of the season with that broken jaw from the fight he had with a teammate, and then the trade demands to get out of Chicago shortly after coming back. And despite all this, his defense and rebounding were dramatically improved and really a key contributor on offense.
Hey, Clark, which players, and veterans in particular, do you think have done a great job of adapting their games to remain effective?
Yeah, you know, these lists are pretty long, but I think of Sean Livingston. Remarkable talent, went through some injuries and has found a home at Golden State. Trevor Ariza has been a terrific role player on a couple of teams in his career. Impact player at both ends. Think about Paul Millsap, a guy who has been able to transition to a couple of different teams and provide leadership and great production. So those guys come to mind.
New Orleans leading by 13. And Davis, here we go. Yep, it counts. Davis has got 8.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Now, here's Felton. Schroeder outside. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, Dennis Schroeder showed he can handle high usage in an offense. Was the first option for the Hawks this past season. Even with defenses keyed in on him, he was able to average right around 20 points.
Two.
That's good from Schroeder. And with Schroeder, he said he learned how to deal with all that extra defensive attention.
And being able to stay productive when dealing with the best opposing defender goes a long way in the NBA. Schroeder also managed to cut down on his turnovers while taking on more of a playmaker role. Strong year for him offensively, and I wouldn't be surprised if he continues to grow as a player.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2. And Greg, certainly the knock on Dennis Schroeder is play on the defensive end.
Nobody questions how effective he is on offense. I just think he has a tendency to take a few too many plays off and too many chances on defense. If he wants to be viewed as a top point guard in this league, he'll need to show some consistency on the defensive end.
Here is Felton. The Pelicans make their last shot. Over Hill. And again, Oklahoma City, no good.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Outside Felton. Now here's Schroeder. They really needed more from him in that loss to Washington.
And you can see that Noel has a very firm understanding of the game. I mean, knowing when to roll hard to the bucket after setting the pick.
Now here's Payton. They lead by 14. Here's Clark. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
You know, Julius Randle is a young power forward, a little undersized for that position, but fairly dependable. Good movement when he gets to the basket, and he knows how to finish inside. Surprised his rookie option wasn't picked up, but he made the best of it in free agency.
Now here's Schroeder. Outside Felton. And the shot is good.
Playing big, willing to go toe-to-toe against the guy who towers over him.
Yeah, I like his heart there, the competitive spirit. I mean, refusing to be held in check by bigger defenders. That's all heart and competitive spirit.
Here's Miller, following the basket by Raymond Felton. Miller, the pass to Payton. It's stolen by Schroeder. And now the fast break. Schroeder with the ball. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there.
Shooting one.
That's good from Schroeder. And for Randle, a free agent this past summer, it seems he never felt truly wanted by the team that drafted him.
Well, you know, he's dealt with injuries early in his career and a lot of trade rumors, which can affect a young player in a negative way. I think he's still shown solid improvement in his first handful of years in the league. And again, you've got to recall and remember how young some of these guys are. Even when they've been in the league 4, 5, 6 years, some of these guys are like 22, 23 years old. And that's still not enough time for them to fully mature as players.
Hill. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Pelicans lead by 13.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up a little more sense of urgency.
Yeah, they've got to do a little more to disrupt their offensive rhythm, too.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Clark finds Payton. Just 5 to shoot. And here's Hill for 3, and another 3 for New Orleans.
And off to an incredible start here early from long range.
Lighting it up from outside. Hard to keep up with this.
Right side, Felton. Down low. And Noel kicks to Patterson. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
Oklahoma City foul call. Alex Abrides.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Pelicans.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the open man and getting some easy baskets.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
That free throw good from Randle.
After playing just one season of college basketball, Randle entering the NBA with much fanfare. Trying to live up to that lofty billing now.
Both free throws good from Randle. Thunder trailing by 18. Schroeder kicks to Noel. Passes it to Patterson. Oklahoma City moving it around. Pass to Abrinas. Shot to stop the run. Pelicans pull it in. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
And on an ordinary night, guys, I think they would have come out on top. That's just how well they played, but they happened to catch an opposing team at the very top of their game.
I'd venture to guess, Greg, that if that game was played in their building instead of on the road, they win it.
And so here is Oklahoma City. The Pelicans make their last shot. Patterson with it. Now defended by Randall. Shot clock at 5. Here's Abrinas. The Thunder with another miss.
Well, I think that was clearly a fourth. He was a little anxious. Too much in a hurry right there.
Clark dishes to Randall. Payton against Schroeder. Payton outside. Back to Randall. And stolen by Noel. Felton inside the throw, and the buzzer beater's good.
And they make sure to get the last shot of the quarter there. Nicely done.
Yeah, excellent execution that time, partner. Don't want to give the opponent any time to get them back.
And so it's New Orleans, holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. And we'll be back with you shortly. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me. In my darkest days, I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine, so.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And looking at what we've seen, Pelicans pretty much in control here.
Listen, early on taking the league, I just like their approach offensively.
Yeah, I like it too. They're doing a great job working the ball around, staying aggressive, and capitalizing too.
Nerlens Noel is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. Then there's Felton. And it's Abrinas in at the 3 slot. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second. Here's Clark. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. It's an 18-point game. They can look forward to the Quicken Loans Arena after this game in a matchup against Cleveland. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Clark, you had a terrific amateur career. You made NBA all-rookie first team. Can't exactly call you a late bloomer at all. You were really thriving.
Yeah, I had a lot of great people around me, Kevin, from the time I started playing in middle school to high school, college, the pros. Actually was fortunate Herb Williams, a teammate of mine in college at Ohio State, was also with the Pacers when I got there. So that helped my transition immensely to have a friend, veteran guy in the league. He had been there a year before me, break me in, and then I had an opportunity to play a lot and show what I could do, but I attribute it to good fortune, favor, and a lot of good people.
Grant, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Paul George comes in for Alex Abrinas. Schroeder hits them both. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Payton kicks to Hill. Back to Payton. Launches it. Still looking for his first make after that miss. He's 0 for 2. Schroeder surveying the floor. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
The Thunder shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. And he knocks down the first one.
And good job they're doing at the line this quarter. They'll need to continue converting those free throws.
Russell Westbrook's checked in for Raymond Felton. Mirotic is checked in for the Pelicans. Schroeder hits them both.
And guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
Payton passes to Mirotic. Out to the right wing. Randall against Grant. 6 to shoot. Mirotic has a wide open look, and he's good on the 3 ball. Mirotic has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Schroeder kicks to Westbrook. Good on the shot.
And it's the fearlessness of Westbrook. It's really refreshing to watch. When he's deep inside, he just goes right at you.
Now, here is Mirotic. Back to Payton. Lets it go from deep. That does not fall. Still looking for his first basket after 3 shots. The shot by George, wide open. Misses the 3.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Stolen by Grant. Payton against Schroeder. Randall with some nice D.
Boy, the defense was great. Superb, stellar, platinum level. Can't really contest that shot any better than that.
Outside Mirotic. And it's Clark in the corner. And again, New Orleans has no luck. Thunder trailing by 15. Cross contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And, you know, Westbrook is fearless. Likes getting deep inside and finishing around the rim and plays in attack mode all the time.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Robertson, he's checked in. The Pelicans also changing it up. Davis is checked in for Randall. Etuan Moore comes in for Ian Clark. And it's Drew Holiday in for Elfrid Payton.
And Russell Westbrook is as explosive a guard as we've seen in the history of the game. An incredibly gifted scorer who can also punch it on you.
Now, here is Mirotic. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Pass to Okafor. And it's Davis with the jam.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways, and that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Anthony Davis really making a difference here.
I mean, he's getting to the rack all game, and if they can't do a better job of keeping him out of the paint, they're in for a long night.
And a look now at the breakdown between 3-point and 2-point shots attempted here tonight for Oklahoma City.
And they've got really good balance here. I mean, the 3-ball hadn't been the strongest weapon today for them, but I'd say keep the dose just about the same. Don't change the recipe. When you've got that open shot, you got to take it.
Now here's Westbrook. Count that one. Westbrook's got 9.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Holiday finds Mirotic. Now here's Okafor, defended by George. Just 5 on the clock. Mirotic's shot is off.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Westbrook surveying the D. Westbrook double team. Robertson the pass to Grant. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. And Jahlil Okafor, the 3rd overall pick back in 2015, has had his ups and downs to the start of his career. But, you know, Clark, he feels now he's on the right track.
Well, I think he recommitted himself to fitting in with the team and has been working harder than ever before. Sometimes disappointment can motivate you to greater levels of work and commitment. He was kind of a forgotten man in Philly, and now he realizes a second chance is with him, and he's trying to make the most of it.
Now Holiday, after Westbrook's missed 3, fades, and Davis can't get it to go. Yep, it goes in, and the Pelican lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Paul George.
Yeah, excellent determination there from George. This wasn't going to be denied, fighting off the physical contact and nailing the shot over good defense.
Now here is Mirotic. Outside Holiday. The rebound by Patterson. Patterson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Holiday against Westbrook. Poked loose. Stolen by Westbrook. And Westbrook throws it down.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
And Holiday kicks to Davis. And again, no good by New Orleans. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jahlil Okafor. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul, 14 foul.
And it's Oklahoma City's ball. They're on a 17-7 run. It's George on the wing. Shoots over Mirotic. George, no good.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Robertson finds George. Shoots over Mirotic. George, no good.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Back to Davis. Over Grant. Drops one in from the wing. And that's 12 points for Anthony Davis.
And the soft jump shot there of Davis. You got to respect his perimeter game.
Here's George on target from 13 feet.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Well, it's interesting. The defense continues to back off, expecting them to attack the rack, but they just continue to pull up and knock down those mid-range jumpers.
Here's Davis. Paul George making his last shot. He was all alone on that one. Moore's got 11 points.
And guys, there are some you can give that shot to, but let's be clear, he's not one of them. Terrible job there by the D.
Now here is George. He has 6. For 3, Westbrook. Mirotic grabs the miss. Mirotic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession.
And let's take a look now. Anthony Davis's numbers. Last season, he played outstanding. He was around 28 points a game, 11 rebounds, and over 2.5 blocks. And the numbers, while pretty outstanding, I mean, we've now come to expect that from this guy.
Completely in harmony with what his coach is trying to do there. Just a marvelous all-around talent.
Miller, the pass to Holiday. 6 on the shot clock. That's tipped. Stolen by Grant. And here's Westbrook. He's got 11. In the corner, George with it. Good. A nice assist from Westbrook. 9 points in the game so far.
And started hot, and he's only gotten harder.
Westbrook against Holiday. He kicks it to Davis. Shoots over Grant. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Here's Westbrook. No good off the back of the rim.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough. But that's how you win games.
And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. Down by 12. Grant kicks to Robertson. Inside, George. And George with the stuff.
Boy, George has major hops. I mean, this guy just gets up big time for these throwdowns.
Here's Davis, and Davis throws it down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
I would agree.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Now Okafor still looking for his first bucket in this one.
Well, I tell you, when Okafor sees a wide-open teammate, he really zips the ball over to set him up for a clean look at the bucket.
Westbrook against Holiday. It's Westbrook with the drive and the dunk by Westbrook.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish.
Maybe that'll help them recapture their edge a little bit, guys.
Robertson kicks to Westbrook. Grant surveying the D. Count that one.
I love the advantage he has from a speed standpoint. Does a great job of creating separation for that shot.
Davis against Grant. Back to Moore. The pass to Holiday. 6 to shoot. Trying to get open is Miller. Westbrook with the block. Miller against George. In the corner, it's Westbrook. And George kicks to Grant. The three. He can't get it to go. And it's the Pelicans taking it the other way. They led the game at 1 point by 20. The shot's good. And that's 20 points for Davis.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Now, here's George. He's got 11. There's 25 seconds left in the first half. Grant up top. He's guarded by Davis. No good from Grant.
I'll tell you what, the way he's been going this quarter, guys, they're going to need somebody else to pick up the slack.
To the inside. Davis dishes to Moore. Feeds to Holiday. Davis down low. Shoots over Grant. Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders for New Orleans. His production has been flowing as he's tallied 20 points and looks to be planning for more. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Elfrid Payton. Elfrid, great passing in the first half. How does that impact the offense when the ball's moving like we saw it?
Everybody's getting easy shots. You know, it's much easier than contested shots, and guys are knocking it down.
Well, a really good first half, Elfrid. Thank you for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop fans. NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. EJ, Shaq, Jet. It was a big-time first quarter from Anthony Davis. He had 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 steal. What did you think, Shaq, about New Orleans?
Anthony Davis, tough big to match up with. Tremendous shooting range, complements his back-to-the-basket game, and he has the quickness to go around you. And he also has the hops to rise above you.
And over to Kenny. Your thoughts on the Thunder?
Well, they're giving up too many high percentage looks, Ernie. They're not closing down the lane, and they're not going hard on the perimeter. That will get an L in any book.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
Welcome back to Oklahoma City, everyone. You can see Chesapeake Energy Arena there in the background as the cars stream down I-40. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Anthony Davis in this game, he's been everywhere.
Unbelievable the way he dominated that offensive glass in those first two quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Guys, you've heard me say it before, but persistence pays. And it takes that kind of persistence to be a successful offensive rebounder. As a fellow glass eater, I know of which I speak. Those guys that rebound effectively don't give up on it.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. So for New Orleans right now, Holiday and Moore, the guards. Anthony Davis is out there with Jahlil Okafor, and it's Mirotic in at the small forward.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
The Pelicans have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department.
At the line for two.
Two shots.
And that one falls for Anthony Davis.
Davis is really the total package, a mobile, sharp-shooting big guy who can score from everywhere.
And so Anthony Davis nails both of them. Thunder trailing by 14. And George kicks to Grant. Passes it to Robertson. Back to Grant. It's Westbrook with the drive. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Holiday's got 4 rebounds in this game. Davis kicks to Moore. Pass to Holiday over Westbrook. And Crew Holiday, the bucket on the assist from Moore. Moore's got 3 assists in the game. The Thunder shooting around 40% from the floor here. And E'Twaun Moore has always been a solid shooter in the NBA, Greg, and he's continued to grow in that department.
I mean, just look at the career numbers from deep in terms of efficiency. In the last few years, he started to take on more and more volume in terms of the three-point shot. Hasn't changed his percentages, though, at all. And I would give him the green light as much as he wants from beyond.
Now, here is Mirotic, and the shot goes in. Mirotic has got 5 points so far.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, you know, it's got to be terribly deflating for the opposition. Boy, they look helpless. Really getting beat up, physically and emotionally.
No good from Grant.
That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
Holiday surveying the floor. Down low. Davis kicks to Mirotic. And the Pelicans get it back. Moore inside. Grant on him. Davis finds Okafor. The second chance effort. And it's Noel with the rebound.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Finally get one to drop after starting the half with 4 straight clanks.
Moore passes to Mirotic. And here is Davis. Moore outside. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor. Westbrook with it. 13 points in the game. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. Some changes for New Orleans. Julius Randle comes in for Okafor. And it's Peyton in for Ejuan Moore. Here's George. 14 points for him. Davis surveying the floor. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. We see a chart here for the shooting performance so far for Davis.
And this is the kind of performance that everyone talks about seeing in person. The way he's attacked the defense with no hesitation. The tough shots he's taken and made, just a masterpiece. When he gets it going, he can put up some big numbers.
The first free throw is good. Patterson, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. And so Anthony Davis nails both of them.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
Little turnaround. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Westbrook's got 15 points.
Man, you got to admire how easily Westbrook takes over games. I mean, an offensive juggernaut who is tenacious when it comes to scoring.
Davis. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. And the Pelicans lead by 19. Robertson kicks to Westbrook. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That's his first foul. You look at player contracts today, Clark, a little different from the one after you signed your rookie year. What, 4 years and $1 million? Do I have that right?
Yeah, you got the numbers right, Kevin. And, you know, I look at that as all relative. How about the guys who played way before me?
Right.
And they were traveling on trains to games and were working jobs during the summer. I mean, it's all a function of the revenue generation of the league, which has grown exponentially. Since I played, we were part of the group that actually saw the first salary cap instituted in the early 80s. So growth is part of what we see now in player salaries, and I'm all for the guys to get what they deserve from that standpoint.
Here's Robertson after Drew Holiday's score. Westbrook finds Grant, but they get it back. The 3 from George. Gets that one through the hole, make him now 7 of 13 in this game.
That gives him his second 3 of the half with 3 total for the game.
Peyton passes to Davis. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, no let up. The killer instinct on display, trying to put this team away. I love the tenacity.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for New Orleans?
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. 19-point game. Robertson kicks to Grant. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Davis.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Paul George with the steal. Here's Robertson, guarded by Holiday. They get a hand on it, taken away by Holiday. Here's Davis. And again, no good by New Orleans. Thunder trailing by 19. Here's Robertson. Outside, George. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Payton. Payton's got his 4th rebound in this one. Hill finds Payton. And it's good, 2 points. Payton's got his first basket.
Really like seeing Payton operate inside. I mean, showing once again that he's got the total package.
Double team on Westbrook. Grant outside. No good with the triple.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
Yeah, you know what? I think eventually he will find his rhythm because he is off right now, but all it takes is one hoop, and you're back in rhythm.
Yeah, he has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Trickeration. I like that, partner. That's pretty strong word creation. And you've got to be creative, though, whether you're commentating or hooping, especially when you're going inside.
There's the foul. It's on Patrick Patterson. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for Oklahoma City. Alex Abrinas has checked in for Jeremy Grant. Felton comes in for Andre Robertson. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Russell Westbrook. And a change for the Pelicans. Miller's checked in. To the middle. Here's Davis. Excellent D there from George.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
The Thunder have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. Nerlens Noel checks in for Patrick Patterson.
One shot.
That's good from Schroeder. Now here's Payton. To the paint. Here's Davis. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. And that's 31 points for Davis.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. Pelicans leading by 18.
And Paul George, a terrific two-way player, an all-star, an all-NBA performer, and multiple all-defense selections.
Absorbing contact really well. Randall will get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And Paul George has made it a goal to win Defensive Player of the Year.
I mean, he's got tremendous length and quickness, but really his pride at that end of the floor might matter even more. He just takes great pride in being a complete player.
Shooting one.
That free throw good from Randall. Thunder trailing by 21. Schroeder kicks to George. To the middle. Here's Noel. Lays it up off the glass. Noel's got his second bucket.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
And George now top of the key. Yep, that one goes. George has got 19 points.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Now here is Hill. 5 points in the game. Count it. Good. Hill's got his 3rd basket of the night. Thunder shooting right around 42% from the field since the start of the second half. Pass to George. Changes up. Outside for Felton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Payton. Kept alive. Noel. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall. New Orleans leading by 19 points. To the paint. Here's Davis. He feeds it to Miller. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Payton passes to Randall. And Randall throws it down.
Such an exciting young player. Randall flexing his muscles there.
The Thunder shooting not great. 40% for the game. Schroeder kicks to Felton. Teardrop shot. The shot comes out. Randall with some nice D. And so it's Randall bringing it up now for the New Orleans Pelicans. A 21-point lead, the biggest in the game. On the wing, Hill. Down low. Stolen by George. Here's Schroeder. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Elfrid Payton. For Oklahoma City, they have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well.
And it's been an issue for them as it was last year. Only 72% from the line.
2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Ejuan Moore, he's checked in for New Orleans. Schroeder hits them both. New Orleans leading by 19. Payton looking it over. That's good from Davis on the assist from Payton. Davis has got 13 points in just this quarter.
Well, I tell you, he's beating up the defense in this quarter, going right at him and scoring in a variety of ways.
No one near Felton as he lets it go. His 3-pointers off the mark. Moore left side. Kicks it to Payton. Miller finds Davis, and he makes that one.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
This will be his 5th trip to the free throw line.
He has come through in a big way at the foul line in this game.
Taking advantage of every single one of those free throw opportunities. You know, one thing about getting going at the free throw line like he has this season, it can continue to carry over.
Mirotic is checked in for Miller.
Boy, you have to like how he's challenging the defense now in the second half. Getting to the line for a lot of free throw opportunities.
Schroeder kicks to George. Out left to the wing. Moore against Felton. And it's Abrinas in the corner. 5 to shoot. Jacks up a 3. Oklahoma City keeping it alive with a new 24-second shot clock. And it's out of bounds. The Thunder able to retain possession. And we'll get a look here where the shots have been coming from for him.
And this is a bit of a nightmare game for him thus far. Just nothing working, and it has to be affecting his confidence. He just doesn't look like the player he normally is out there, and you can see it in his body language after every missed shot. Boy, this is tough.
And that one's good, George.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Payton kicks to Davis. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George.
Pelicans ball.
Mirotic against Felton. Mirotic dishes to Davis. And yes, it's good. Davis has got 38 points.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Here's Schroeder. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
90% from the line in the game, shooting 9 of 10.
And what a performance he's put in at the free throw line.
Now, gentlemen, cash money at the stripe. ATM not wasting any of those chances. Guys, I thought he got into a groove last year at the charity stripe, and I thought he maintained it deep into the season as well.
The first one falls.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And that efficiency, Greg, as you know, so critical when you're looking to overcome a deficit. You got to be close to perfect and can't waste scoring opportunities.
Schroeder hits them both. Pelicans leading by 22. And here is Moore. He's got 13. Outside, Davis. Over George. A rare miss for him. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. New Orleans on top, delivering the blowout. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
It sure is. I mean, he's a maestro. Great vision, terrific IQ, everything you want in a point guard.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Well, for New Orleans, shooting is beautiful right now. 60% for the game. Pretty much everyone out there has been stroking it. They've got Nerlens Noel. Felton is out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then it's Paul George. And it's Abrinas in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City.
The defense has just been unable to slow him down. Wow, what a game.
Schroeder passes to Felton. Back to Schroeder. Mark, these days, less emphasis on divisional rivalries, more emphasis, it seems, on conference rivalries. Are you reading that the same way?
Yeah, I am, and I think part of it is because winning your division doesn't necessarily affect your playoff seeding the way it used to. And I think if we get rid of conferences, the rivalries could shift again. So I've already laid out my position on conferences. Let's stay East and West.
Here's Moore after the made shot from Dennis Schroeder. Payton kicks to Moore. Clock at 6. New Orleans moving the ball around. Off target from 3-point range. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And that one's good, George.
Amazing athleticism from George. I mean, sprinting towards the bucket and getting there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Down low, it's stolen by Schroeder. And now the fast break. Schroeder with the ball. And he banks in the layup. Schroeder's got 11 points here in just the second half.
And the offense has just operated really smoothly here in the open floor.
Yeah, and for them to reduce the lead, they should keep the pace brisk. I mean, that's how they've generated the highest quality shots.
And it's Davis missing. Thunder trailing by 18. George finds Schroeder. Here's Abrinas, covered by Payton. Abrinas, the pass to Noel. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And when it comes to the paint, Noel owns it. I mean, really takes on any defender head on. And as a result, gets a lot of foul calls because of his aggressiveness.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Noel.
Boy, it's obvious that Noel has some nice leadership traits. He's energetic. He's positive. His teammates really gravitate to him and feed off his intensity.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Alex Abrinas. And it's Robertson in for Raymond Felton. And the Pelicans making a change here as well. Drew Holiday, he's checked in for Elfrid Payton. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. And Moore kicks to Davis. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. And a quick look at how the Oklahoma City Thunder's schedule is shaping up. On Wednesday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And then on Thursday, they'll be matching up with Chris Paul and the Houston Rockets.
And that game against the Suns, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
Now here is Holiday. Shot clock at 6. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Here's Mirotic. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got 6 assists in the game. Thunder trailing by 18. Robertson kicks to Grant. Schroeder outside. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. For New Orleans, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. George against Mirotic. Tries to save it, and that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. 5 on the clock. Here's Holiday. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
Unbelievable. This guy is completely in a zone.
And he knows it. You can see it. The body language, the confidence. Real swagger out there for him.
Now, here's George. Schroeder kicks to Robertson. Grant up top. Schroeder against Holiday. And that one's good. Schroeder's got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, he's been excellent thus far, Kevin, but it still hasn't been enough to get them the lead.
George against Mirotic. Moore outside. Back to Mirotic. Moore outside. Off target from outside.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
You're exactly right. Patrolling the perimeter well and didn't allow the shooter to get off a clean look. That's what you would call A+ defense.
The shot by George, no good. New Orleans leading by 18. Davis dishes to Moore. Outside Holiday to the inside. Shoots from the elbow. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Davis has got 42 in the game.
And they are earning points with the jump shot now.
Here's Robertson. He kicks it to George. And the pass to Grant. Back to Robertson. The tray. And that's collected by Drew Holiday. Holiday's got 5 rebounds tonight. You look at rebounding now, Clark. Teams relying less on one guy and more on collective team rebounding, especially, it seems, on the defensive end.
Yeah, and you think about it, Kevin, with the space and pace game, positionless basketball, if you will, or versatile basketball that takes place, more guys are spread out and away from the goal. Bigger guys are not always camped in the lane, so everybody's got to rebound the ball, more so today than in past decades because, again, the three-point shots are coming at a rapid rate. Longer rebounds are available now, so everybody's got to be attuned to rebounding the ball.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim.
Well, you got to make that moment last. Enjoy it for as long as you can.
And the foul called on Anthony Davis. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Westbrook's checked in.
For your Thunder, Russell Westbrook.
Noel against Okafor. And that one, good.
Man, I like seeing Noel go to work down there. Even in the face of some pretty aggressive defense, he gets the job done.
Now Moore. Inside. And finished off by Davis.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
Grant down low. He's guarded by Davis. And that one is good.
And I tell you, I love watching Grant get busy down there. I mean, his impressive leaping ability and his quick release on the shot allow him to score at a high rate down low.
Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
2 points. That one goes. George has got 6 points in the quarter. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for New Orleans. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Now here's Davis. Again, what an avalanche.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. And George kicks to Grant. From outside the arc, hits it from three-point range.
They didn't get a chance to knock one down in the first, but the defense left him a look, and he nailed it. He'll make them pay when he's open.
To the left side wing. Mirotich's shot is off. Thunder trailing by 17. Down low. It's tipped. Here's Noel. That shot off. Excellent D there from Okafor. Westbrook against Holiday. Outside Mirotic. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got 10 assists here tonight. So active. Westbrook kicks to Robertson. George against Mirotic. George with the bucket.
And you know, once George gets on the roll, he's just absolutely relentless, showing you how dominant he can be when he gets hot.
Passes it to Okafor. Goes up the baseline. Pelicans keep it alive. Here's Holiday. Comes up empty down low.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
Now, here's Grant. The three from George. The rebound by Holiday. Outside Mirotic. Pass to Moore. Back to Mirotic. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots a 3. Holiday with another miss.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
You're exactly right. Patrolling the perimeter well and didn't allow the shooter to get off a clean look. That's what you would call A-plus defense.
Now here is Holiday following the miss by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook with the steal for the finish, and finished off by Westbrook.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And so here is Oklahoma City. Grant outside. 1:39 left in the fourth quarter. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. That's his 4th foul of the contest. .137 left to play in the final quarter.
Is it me, or does it just feel like he gets every rebound that comes up?
Well, he practically has gotten every one that's available. A 20-plus rebounding game is not something we get to see very often.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
Yes, indeed.
And, guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure.
Yes, indeed. Let's just call him ladder climber.
Okay. And Mirotic kicks to Holiday. Shot clock at 6. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
And it's Grant in the corner. Shoots it up. Misses off the right iron.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
Moore finds Holiday. Yep, that one goes in there. And the Pelicans lead by 16.
Yeah, with this lead, that's probably going to do it. Fans heading for the exits.
And, Greg, you know how hard it is to win on the road, but they seem to have this one firmly in control and have been very impressive today.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
So we see the Pelicans taking the W here. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Elfrid, first off, congrats on the win. What was the key to getting this one?
Oh, man, we made shots. We did a good job of, just getting to the rim.
Big effort tonight, Elfrid. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.